Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Shawana, aka Shawi, and it is officially the second writing monthly update. If you're around for December's monthly update, then you'll know that I did not like that name. Like, I so badly wanted to change it. But you know what? Over the past 4 weeks, it's kind of stuck on me. Like, I kind of like it now. If you're new here, welcome. You just picked an amazing video to click on. Okay, so don't leave yet. If you are not here, huh? If you're not new here, then welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for being here. So this month has been a very chaotic month in terms of like writing. Actually, in terms of everything. January is just always some kind of chaos. Like, and it's crazy how when it comes to like writing, I don't know if this is for other writers, but for me, when like something is going on with my writing, nobody's ever gonna know because it's like it's all happening either on my computer or in my head. Like it's not like school or church or like just like something that other people see or something that I interact with other people. It's like writing is literally a one person sport. That's why it's so important to like actually talk about it and keep up with writers because it's like who else is gonna understand? Like it's such a niche hobby being a writer. Like it can feel very lonely because it's not a very interactive kind of hobby in terms of speaking to other people because it's literally all you. It's all you. But you know, I think we can all relate to each other in one way or another. So videos like this are so important. So in my last MWU, you time I say that, it just reminds me of like that TikTok that everyone was doing with their jawline. We're just gonna go with it. In my last Mew, no, we're not doing that. In my last MWU, okay, we'll figure it out as we go along. But in that last video that I did, I was talking about writing my apocalyptic, my apocalyptic YA fiction novelette. And as you can tell from the title, I'm not anymore. Now, if you want to hear about this story that I was writing, I suggest you go and look. I suggest you go and look at my last video. I'll have it linked in the description below. Like, it's not really that much because I was only on chapter 6 and I just stopped there. The story was called Mycelium, and you know what? I actually really why are words not wording? I thought it was a really great story, but I decided to stop writing it. And it's a decision I made like maybe beginning of the year. This month was supposed to be my writing grind. Actually, this year. Like, I have a whole plan because I'm just type A like that. And I was supposed to write two novelettes and two short stories this year. That's not happening anymore. Like, I wouldn't say I gave up. I feel like I've redirected and realigned what I want for my writing goals. And we'll get into that a bit later. The reason I decided to stop writing my story is because I was looking at like my last Mew. I was watching it back and I just realized I don't like my writing. I don't like the story that I'm writing. Like it's a good story. It's a good plot. You could follow it, you could be interested, whatever. But personally, I'm not happy with what I'm writing cuz I'm like I can do so much better than that. And later on I was also watching this other author tuber. I don't remember her name, but I'll put her on the screen like right here, and she did this really great video about like brainstorming her story, and she was like taking us through her brainstorming process. And I love how she had this aspect of brainstorming from your themes and inspirations and characters and the meaning of your story, then making your way outward to the plot, into how the reader will see it, into the tropes and all of those things. You know, you start inward with the deep things and then you make your way out. And I think that's so like different from the way I do it because a lot of the times I'll just like start with like a plot or an idea or a trope or something, and then I'll make my way inside to the themes, to the meanings, to what it means to me, to the characters. Like I'll start outside and then make my way in when I should be starting inside and making my way out. And I feel like the way that I used to brainstorm, like starting out and then going back in, it just makes the writing fall flat. And it makes it also so like it makes it predictable and repetitive because it's like you're taking a plot idea, and when it comes to writing you can't really be so original because everything's already been done. There's nothing that anyone has written that someone else hasn't written before. It's just about how you execute that idea. Like if I give an example of enemies to lovers, There's like 1 million enemies to lovers books. Like, I'm actually tired of seeing that trope, I can't even lie. But say you decided to write an enemies to lovers YA romance, okay? Everyone's already done that. So if you start your way out, then you're just gonna end up with the same story everybody else does. But then if you have a theme or an idea inside that you start with, like for example, you want to talk about the idea of needing more than just love to make a relationship work. Then you start from there and then you work your way out. It gives your story a kind of authenticity and originality that other stories lack. And that's something that I didn't understand at first. And I'm not saying that we can't get inspo from like books or movies. They're like really great authors and writers who have made some amazing works, and we should definitely be trying to learn from them. Even in the ways they've made mistakes, in the ways they've succeeded, we should look to those people and be like, wow, I can try to do that as well. But it's also about taking inspiration from other things as well. For example, Mycelium, the story I was writing, like I said that my two main inspirations were The Bird Box, which is a great movie. I love that movie. And The Maze Runner, amazing book, amazing movie. I literally love them. But that was it. Those are my inspirations. But I feel like if you need you gotta broaden your inspirations. Look at the weather. Look at songs. Look at moods, feelings, colors. There's so many things in the world that inspire others, even ideas, themes, emotions. Like I feel like just looking at books and movies just stops you from becoming like the authentic writer that you could be, you know? Because it's like you're only looking at things that have already been made. You don't know what that author that you're looking at did to get that inspiration. So you need to also go out and get your own inspiration. The hardest thing that I had to do this writing month was let go of mycelium. I don't think writers talk about how hard it is to realize that the writing project you're doing is just not working and to just stop. Like I was so happy with the work that I did, and I was really proud of the few chapters that I wrote. But it just felt like I was writing it for the sake of writing it. Like it's like if you were to ask me what's the meaning behind this story, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. And that's the problem. So many like authors and writers just write for the sake of writing, and then it just makes your story fall flat. Like cuz it's just like we've already seen this. Like thank you next. Like we've already seen it. We need something raw and emotional and something with authenticity behind the story that we've already seen. I also had to grasp with the fact that writing wasn't just an activity. Writing is my regulation. It's my form of expression. But somehow along the way, I kind of just forgot that. Like I've just be like the past couple of years, I've just been writing for writing. Like I've just been on my grind. And yeah, my works have been pretty good, if I do say so myself. I've written some great essays, some amazing stories and poems, but like I don't know. I feel like there's just something that I lost along the way. Like writing is for sure my favorite thing to do ever, other than talking. Y'all know I love that. I wanted to write to express myself in ways that I wasn't able to do through talking. Writing is a form of art, and I feel like instead of making it art, I just made it words. So I decided I'm gonna scrap mycelium and make a new project, and I'm gonna make it right. I let go of all the constraints that I usually put on myself, like I need it to be this long, I need it to finish by this. No, I just let go of all of those constraints, and I told myself, you know what? I'm just gonna write a real original piece. So I started doing the brainstorm the way that this author tuber was talking about, like starting with your themes and your inspiration and everything. And as I was finishing it up, I was like, wow, I'm really feeling so connected to this character and to the meaning behind the story. Like, I don't even have the plot yet. I feel like I genuinely can express this in a way that's original and authentic. Even if some of like the inspirations behind this story that I'm now working on right now have been kind of already created before, there are some aspects that haven't. Some of my inspirations are songs. Some of my inspirations are feelings. Some of my inspirations are colors. And it just like, it feels like when I combine all those things, I create one new authentic thing. So you may be wondering what the story is about, but I'm not actually done brainstorming yet, and I don't want to let it out until it's done. So y'all will be seeing in the February Mew in the February Mew. Oh my god, I can't do it. In the February month I cannot wait to share it with you. I kind of don't know what it's about. right now. Like I have an idea. I have a very, very good idea, but I'm still working on the execution, on how I'm gonna plot it, what's gonna happen. So yeah, I still got a long way to go. But by the end of February, I should be able to start writing. If I just want it to be longer than 25,000 words. And I've never written a piece that long before. But I feel like I've always stopped myself. I don't know why. I always thought, you know what, that's shooting too high. But I'm tired of shooting too low, okay? Like I feel like I can do better. I feel like I can push myself. So I kind of want to do it. And I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know. Okay? I don't. But I'm sure as hell going to do it. For the writing song of the month, I kind of don't have one because I spent a lot of this month reflecting and brainstorming. So there's no really writing song that I've been on, but I will say this. There's an EP and an album that have carried me through the first chunk of 2026. That's NF's EP Fear and Dave's album, The Boy Who Played the Harp. Like those two things are just a work of art. I love both of them. They're so good. They're both on my list of inspirations for my coming up projects. So that might be a hint. If you've heard either the EP or the album, then maybe you'll have an idea of what's going on for my projects. But those this was my very chaotic, but in the end, I think a bit calming writing month. I really didn't realize until a couple weeks ago how important it is to understand your why behind the things you do, especially things that you give a lot of time to, like writing. So, check yourself. I'm not saying restart your whole story, but like I did that, but I don't recommend really, especially if you're far along, unless you genuinely feel like it's just not aligned with you. But I would say like figure out and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I spending so many hours on this? That's all for today's monthly writing update. After spending the whole video trying to say Mew, if y'all have any better names, please comment down below. Cause I know I'm not coming up with it. Like, no. Hopefully this new novel that I'm writing comes out well. I'm really excited to talk about it in February and to see how I go. Please let me know in the comments if you guys are working on any projects. I'm really curious to see what other people are doing. If you guys do want to read my work, it's all on Inkitt, including Mycelium and the other stories that I've posted in 2025, Reign of Ruin and Enough Already. And I'll also be posting my new project on Inkitt as soon as I start writing it. And if you want to see my Medium stuff, then I'll put that in the description as well as the Inkitt. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start posting, so expect some things on Medium as well. But you could also read the stuff that I've already got. I've been posting on Medium since like 2022, so you'll see a lot of things. I've got like 20 different stuff, if not 30. I don't know. And don't forget to, of course, like and to subscribe. Wanna see you. Bye. I'm just wondering, monthly writing update. New. Ah.